Glamis Castle. Even the name sounds haunted. The air is thick with history, centuries of whispers and shadows. I've always been drawn to the paranormal. This place, it called to me. I could feel it in my bones. We arrived at dusk. The setting sun cast long shadows across the castle walls. It felt like stepping back in time. My excitement was mixed with a healthy dose of fear. I knew Glamis was said to be one of the most haunted places in Scotland. I was about to find out why. The tour started in the grand dining hall. Portraits of stern-faced lords and ladies lined the walls. They seemed to follow me with their eyes. As our guide told tales of the castle's past, I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. At the far end of the hall, a figure in a long, flowing gown. She seemed to glide through the room, not walking but floating. I tried to focus, to make sense of what I was seeing. As quickly as she appeared, she was gone. Vanished into thin air. My heart pounded in my chest. Was it my imagination, or had I just seen my first ghost? I glanced at my friend Sarah. Her face was pale. She clutched her armrest, her knuckles white. Sarah had never believed in ghosts. She came on this trip to humor me. I knew if I told her what I'd seen, she'd bolt for the nearest exit. "Are you all right?" I whispered, trying to sound casual. "This place is creepy," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "Can we leave soon?" I promised her we'd leave if she got too scared. But inside, I was buzzing with a strange mix of fear and exhilaration. I'd seen something unexplainable, and I wanted to see more. We moved on to the next room. Our guide, a tall, gaunt man with a dry wit, pointed out a hidden door concealed behind a tapestry. "Legend has it," he said, his voice echoing in the stone chamber, "that this door leads to a secret room where the Earl of Glamis would play cards with the devil himself." Intrigued, I asked, "Has anyone ever opened it?" The guide chuckled. "Many have tried," he said, "but the door remains sealed. Some secrets are best left undisturbed." Section 5. The Little Boy Lost. A tragic tale unfolds. As we continued through the castle, the guide told us the tragic tale of the young Earl of Strathmore, a deformed child. He was said to have been kept hidden away in a secret room. Some say his ghost still roams the castle, forever searching for a way out. The story sent chills down my spine. I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched, that unseen eyes followed our every move. Section 6. The chapel's eerie presence, a ghostly encounter in the sacred space. We reached the castle chapel. A hush fell over the group as we stepped inside. The air felt heavy here, charged with an unseen energy. The guide pointed out the ornate stained glass windows, each depicting a scene from biblical stories. But my gaze was drawn to something else. A shadowy figure kneeling in the front pew. It was the figure of a woman, her head bowed in prayer. She was dressed in a long black gown that seemed to absorb the little light that filtered through the windows. I couldn't make out her features, but I could feel her sadness, her despair. It was palpable. Section 7. The Smoking Gun. A puff of mystery in the library. The tour ended in the castle library. The scent of old books and leather filled the air. As I browsed the dusty shelves, something caught my eye. A faint wisp of smoke rising from the far corner of the room. I cautiously approached, my heart pounding. There, seated in a large armchair by the fireplace, was the figure of a man. He was dressed in a long coat and a wide-brimmed hat. He was smoking a pipe, the glowing embers casting dancing shadows on the walls. Section 8. Whispers of Doubt. My friend's skepticism and the guide's reaction. "Sarah," I whispered, my voice trembling with excitement. "Look." Sarah, who had been lagging behind, caught up with me. She peered into the corner. "I don't see anything," she said, her voice tinged with annoyance. "Are you feeling all right?" I turned back to show her, but the figure was gone. The only evidence of his presence was the lingering scent of pipe tobacco. I turned to the tour guide, who had been watching me with a curious expression. "Did you see that?" I asked, my voice hushed. The guide smiled knowingly. "See what?" he said, his eyes twinkling. "Ghosts are shy creatures. They only reveal themselves to those who believe." Section 9. Reflections on a Haunted Night. The Lingering Presence of Glamis Castle. As we left the castle that night, I couldn't shake the feeling that something had changed within me. I'd stepped into a world beyond our own, a world where the veil between the living and the dead is thin. I had seen things that defied explanation, things that challenged my very understanding of reality. Whether the ghosts of Glamis Castle are real or simply figments of our imagination, I cannot say for sure, but one thing is certain: the experience left an indelible mark on my soul. And I know deep down that I will never forget my night among the spirits of Glamis.